Chapter 10. Sri Sadguru said, theft, drinking, illicit relationship with another man's wife, falsehood, and violence to beings are the five worst sins. All Shastras, without any exception, advocate that the true marks of a sadhu are blemishless character and Hari Kirtan. If one who is known for misconduct and a solid character engages in Hari Bhajan, he soon becomes purged due to the potency of the divine name. Such sinners have no other way to find expiation of their sins. Though done without earnestness, still Hari Kirtan brings relief. If a bhakta treads a sinful path, knowingly or otherwise, Bhagavan saves him mercifully and helps him to be established in righteousness. They lived in Srirangam a great Vaishnavottama named Vipranarayana, Tondaradi Podi Alvar, Tondaridi Tondaradi Podai Alvar. He was totally renounced. He was engaged in serving Lord Sri Ranganatha, making offerings of fruits. Unattached to all other things, he led a simple life, feeding himself with prasada of Sri Bhagavan Ranganatha. That Brahmana was a strict celebrate. He had no passion for sensual pleasures. He kept away from women very strictly. A prostitute named Devadevi happened to meet him once. That beautiful woman fell in love with him. That lusty woman disguised herself as a Vaishnavi, a female devotee of Lord Vishnu, deceived that dispassionate man and won him over to her. A man of rectitude should avoid being alone with his mother, sister, and even his own daughter. Senses that are very powerful pull down even those who have full control over their minds. Within a short span, Vipranarayana forgot Lord Jagadisha. Living in her house, he was ever immersed in pleasures. One day he was driven out of the house by that irate woman. Unable to bear the pangs of parting company with her, the Brahmana was lying down in her portico. Providentially, Bhagavan Sri Ranganatha, accompanied by Sri Devi and Bhudevi, saw his bhakta there while he was going on a procession. Sri Bhagavan moved on his way in the main street of Srirangam, ignoring that bhakta who had neglected the devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord and was mournfully crying out the name of Devadevi. But Devi Lakshmi was moved with compassion. She told her spouse, Sri Bhagavan, the eternal benefactor of the devotees and the overlord of all the planetary systems, as follows. Sri Lakshmi Devi said, O Bhagavan, ocean of motion, I know that you give away yourself to the bhaktas, yet why do you ignore this devotee of yours? In the past, he was devotedly serving you. Now, fallen into the grips of bad association of a prostitute, he neglects you. Sri Bhagavan replied, O Devi, I bless my bhaktas with all that they desire to have. I do not neglect or dislike anyone. Like the Kalpaka tree, I bless all without any discrimination. While I am standing in front of this bhakta, he only neglects me, and he is lost in the memory of the beauty of Deva Devi's face. Sri Devi said, in reality, he is a pious bhakta. Due to the association of that woman, he has forgotten even you, the Deva Deva. Sorrow has befallen him as he is unable to forget that prostitute. O Lord Krishna, have you not got to redeem this bhakta who has chosen a wrong path? If you do not do this, how will it be true that you are a repository of mercy? Sri Sadguru continued. When Sri Devi pleaded like that, Sri Bhagavan, the eternal benefactor of the devotees, reached the house of Deva Devi, feeling compassion for his devotee. That night he gave her a golden utensil and made her happy. he instructed her to call back that Brahmana and return to his temple. That woman, not aware of the nobility and greatness of that Vaishnava, considered him to be a lusty man, took him inside her house, and made him enjoy carnal pleasures. In the morning, it was found that the golden utensil was missing from the temple of Lord Ranganatha. When the king came to know of it, he became very angry and rushed to the temple. He interrogated all those engaged in the service of the Lord. A servant said that the missing utensil was seen in the house of Devadevi. Devadevi reported that it was given to her by Vipranarayana. On that charge, Vipranarayana was arrested. That Brahmana, a great Vaishnavottama, was imprisoned. The king was quite sad and had lost his peace of mind. He went to bed much disturbed. Sri Ranganatha, the eternal benefactor of devotees, appeared in the dream and spoke in thunderous voice as follows: O king, I myself gave that utensil of mine to my bhakta. Do not get agitated. Release that devotee at once. Listening to these words of Bhagavan, the king hurried to the prison and very humbly bowed below that Brahmana. Before that Brahmana. Very humbly bowed before that Brahmana. The king quickly described the dream to Vipranarayana. The Brahmana was astonished and felt ashamed of himself, recalling the mercy of Lord Vishnu. That Brahmana repented and was ashamed of himself. Giving up the association of the prostitute, he returned to the company of sadhus. The devotee Vipranarayana rolled on the earth, filled with dust of the sacred feet of noble Vaishnavas, and wept bitterly, recalling his sinful behavior. Those Vaishnavas who were realized souls consoled that devotee, saying, Give up worries, O great man, and think that all this is part of divine Leela. Consoling himself, that pious man engaged in the service of offering flowers to Sri Ranganatha, the Lord of Devi Lakshmi, as ever. He led a life completely subduing all his senses, thus rescuing his devotee who had accidentally fallen into the well of samsara. The Lord, the spouse of Devi Lakshmi, and the ocean of compassion also became very much pleased. The Lord had vowed that his devotee shall never perish. Hence, this path of devotion, free from fears and apprehensions of all sorts, should be followed by all. This ends chapter 10, entitled Vipranarayana Charitram, of Book 2 of Sri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal.